What's up, guys? Punch and the Pooper here, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. I don't think it's 9 o'clock. Oh, silly me. Lights are off. Lights are off. Full screen. Whole yada yada. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do 2 videos today. I'm gonna definitely try, but I've got a lot going on because I'm leaving tomorrow right after work. So I'm gonna do my best. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are planning out a really fun July 4th. If for some reason you don't celebrate July 4th that much, I just hope you have a good weekend. Weekend's good enough, isn't it, to celebrate? But so last time Higurashi Rena went batshit crazy on us. Pretty sure we broke our fingers. Whatever. We could get sued for that, but fuck it. And we went back to Oishi-san, who was waiting on the phone, who is going to tell us today about what he dug up on Rena. So, please tell me, Oishi-san. Understood. Damn, nice. Pressing the see the background button again. Oishi-san finally opened those tight lips of his. Ew. It seemed that Rena lived in Hinamizawa a long time ago. She had moved to the Ibaraki prefecture after she finished elementary school, which is where I assume she moved to, right? That makes sense. Then, following that, right after transferring, the unfortunate incident with the breaking of the school windows happened. Then Rena confided to the doctor. It was Osama. This was all that he knew. There isn't much difference between what I know and what you know, Mion-san. Then what part did you investigate further? I didn't need to ask. It was the incident that happened just after she transferred. The incident Rena was responsible for, and what she divulged to the doctor afterwards. Oh, that's me. Correct? Yes. After you learned about that, you started suspecting Rena and the others, didn't you? Yes, I did suspect them. So they're the ones after all? No, that's not what I meant by suspect them. Oishi-san was the type of person to say things with confidence, but these particular words were less than reassuring. Then, who did you suspect? That it was Osama. Huh? That Osama's curse really exists. Yeah, right, well... Oishi-san's laugh was quite dry, certainly not the kind that would make you want to join in. Oishi-san resumed the conversation about the dubious circumstances behind Satoshi's disappearance. The course of events up until the start of delving into Rena's past. Just then, there was thunder in the distance and heavy rain started pouring down. Alright, everything's coming at us. It came without warning. Rain so heavy it felt like it could beat you down. I had left the window in my room open. A crack took the heat out. The violent wind danced in my room, and making the curtains flap wildly. What is it? Nothing. It suddenly started raining heavily. Sorry, please continue. I got up while still on the phone and closed the window. I said at the beginning, it was an incident, but neither the school nor the victims filed charges. The police were never involved. So you see, those involved were very reluctant to talk. Regardless of there being a victim who had one eye beaten so badly it had permanent damage. It could have been the school or possibly some individual who made arrangements to keep this from going public. Also, the psychologist was very strict about the professional ethics. Hello? Mion-san? Can you hear me? Oh shit, is she out the window or something? There was a figure of a person standing by the light near the mailbox this whole time. Even this torrential rain, they didn't have an umbrella. They were unquestionably drenched from head to toe. In this shower, which more resembled a waterfall, droplets of water dripped down from her hair. Oh shit! Just standing there, both arms dangling at her side. In one hand was a stack of boxes wrapped in cloth. With her eyes focused on my room, focused on me as I was about to close the window. Her mouth was methodically repeating a chewing motion. It was as if she had something hard to chew in her mouth. with her cheeks puffing out. What could she be eating over there? How could it be that at this time I was more enthralled by Rena instead of the shocking developments being brought to light by Oishi-san? If it hadn't started raining, I wouldn't have gone to the window. Then I would have noticed Rena. Nor would I have noticed that. Rena's mouth was moving in the same pattern. She was eating something. Oh, she's still saying I'm sorry. That's what I figured. She was repeating something. What was it? Was she repeating to me? What was she saying? And why was I, right up against the window, fixated on her? Hello? Mibar-san? Can you hear me? Hello? I'm sorry. Huh? Mibar-san? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's good. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to turn off my thing. My phone. Hello? Mibar-san? What's the matter? Even in this torrential downpour, Rena was still apologizing. Well, that's creepy. The other self inside me drew the curtain hastily with my right hand, blocking my view from the outside. But even doing that, Rena's relentless apology still reached my ears. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I forgave you for this, will you forgive me for that? Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I'm sorry. 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 Damn it. Why did I have to forgive her? I'm the one who wants to be forgiven. What part of me can't you forgive? I won't be killed. If you won't forgive me, then I won't forgive you either. I won't forgive. 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 I won't forgive. Mibar-san? If you can hear me, then please respond. Hello? Punchy! Pull yourself together, man. Pull yourself together. Jesus. Oh, that's the end of the chapter. Come on, Punchy. Don't do this, man. Ah. I can't play into Demon Rena's hands, man. New tips, split personality, and at the 7th mark. Okay, so split personality, it's gotta be Rena. And 7th mark was when Demon Rena was following us. So split personality. I see it in the movies quite often, but what is it exactly? Multiple personalities are thought to be escapism. Multiple personality disorder is a form of escape? Correct. The exact mechanism is not fully understood, but it's believed to be a type of defense for the brain to retain mental stability. Hypothetically, poor people imagining themselves as wealthy is a form of escapism, is it not? Is this also a form of multiple personality disorder? I wouldn't go that far, but broadly speaking, one could infer that. It's something that occurs in us all. Does a split personality occur when one cannot tell which is reality and which is the escape? That's difficult to say. There are some who agree with that, and some who disagree. There is no consensus. Then, is the occurrence of multiple personalities still an unknown phenomenon? Something not fully comprehended in the psychiatric field? Isn't like... I mean, there are some things, but isn't the psychiatric field still a little... not sure if everything's actually right? Unfortunately, that is the current state of things. We can only put our hope in future research. But it's sort of cool having a split personality. What kind of people get split personalities? Recent studies find that those who develop it, or rather, those who are more susceptible to developing it, may be genetically predisposed or may have abnormal mental development. Some say that childhood abuse increases the chances. Speaking of which, Person A here experienced abuse as a child, didn't he? How sad. Person A has 7 different personalities. Let's watch a video of him. Right after these commercials! The fuck just happened here? I'm confused. At 7th Mart. Ugh, so we can watch Creepy Rena. The 7th Mart was a bargain supermarket with food and alcohol. What's this, Punchy? So many! There's no reason to get all the different kinds, is there? Hey guys, sorry for the disappearing and reappearing. To you guys, like a second, but to me, it was actually like a little over an hour because I had to go pick up my sister. So sorry, I'm a little out of whack again. So I'll try and get back into this. What's this, Punchy? So many! There's no reason to get all the different kinds, is there? I flopped all the different colored cup noodle bowls into the cart. Cup noodles have gotten so elaborate recently, and there are a bunch of different types. I want to try each of them at least once. I knew it was pretty selfish of me, but I thought I'd at least give it a try. Punchy, buy them in a big case. It's cheaper. Dad faltered. Well, I had a feeling it'd end up like this. Dad knew there was no point in him putting in. Then I'd only get to eat only one kind. I'd get bored with it. I was resisting as a formality. I had already given up inside. I wasn't sure which case of noodles to get. If you can't pick, then Mommy will pick for you. You don't have to rush me. I quickly searched the cases of noodles of what I want. Pork, bone, and ginger. Large cup? Hey, Punchy, can't you get a more normal one? If I allowed Mom pick, she'd err on the side of safety and get soy sauce or salt flavored. Pork bone is so good. I don't want a big bowl of tasteless stuff. I remember insisting that the noodles I picked were the right kind. Oh, shit. In this frozen memory in time, this encapsulated world, I didn't have the power to look around my surroundings. That's kind of weird. So I did what I could and reached out with my hearing and vision, sharpening my senses to find the present I overlooked. No matter how much I searched through my field of vision, I couldn't see Rena. I rewound the situation, searching. But of course, I couldn't find her. Then, was she spying at me from my blind spot? I go through the sound and presence again looking. I could sense the other customers. They were all mixed about, moving as they please. There was nobody looking over this way, and no one trying to get behind me. Not here. Couldn't be here. Probably wasn't here. I would definitely notice if someone was right behind me, even when I wasn't on my guard. I smiled wryly at the thought of using a vague word like probably, right before contradicting it with definitely. Then I paused my mental replay as a chill ran down my spine. There was definitely a presence like a shadow behind me. There was a terror like any other. If a presence really had manifested behind me, I would definitely have turned around to check for it. But the world had moved on, and there is no way for me to turn around. While carrying that frightening shadow on my back, I was gleefully running around the store searching for a case of noodles? Running through the instant noodles section, bad-mouthing my mom. But there was that presence constantly at my back, sticking to me like a shadow. No, wait. So I told you guys about how before how if someone's behind me, I would like just punch behind me. Hey, man, I was getting chills reading this, and so I just did that. I did that, and I looked behind me. No way to see what it was. Realizing it now after the fact was horrifying and repulsive. In that moment of time, I was running around gleefully, carrying that cardboard box, tip-tap. But listening to that moment again, I could hear footsteps, other than mine, going pit-pat with every step. Tip-tap, tip-tap, tip-tap. Pit-pat, pit-pat, pit-pat. Tip-tap, tip-tap, pit-pat, pit-pat. Jesus Christ, Punchy. Yes, we get it. They're right behind us. While I was running, the sound of those barefoot footsteps, going pit-pat, were right behind mine. Barefoot? That's interesting. It does have a more distinct sound. Mine running around gleefully in that closed-off moment in time. But I didn't hear it. No, I heard it. That's why I remembered it. I didn't think I heard anything. That's why I didn't turn around. That is why I didn't turn around. In that moment, the pit-pat of those footsteps were following me the entire time. I couldn't run faster and escape. I couldn't run any faster than I ran at that time. I couldn't turn around. I hadn't turned around before, not once. Then I returned to my parents and started talking. The shadow-like presence was right at my back. Since I didn't move, the shadow didn't move. That is why it made no sound. That was all. At that time, I hadn't taken a single step while talking with my parents. I was just standing there. This was undeniable, and yet... Boom, boom, boom! I heard it. A pit-pat. I don't know how it sounds. Is that how it goes? That's more of a clap. Pit-pat, pit-pat. That shouldn't be. If I took 3 steps, it'd fall 3 steps. Wasn't that the rule? How do I do it? I don't know how to make it just a regular shoe sound. There's no sound other than that. At that time, the entire world had gone dark. A sudden darkness. It was the end of my reflective journey. I was tired. I wanted to end it. Someone turned on the light. Except my body couldn't move. Here, Punchy. Turn on the light for you. As if I was thrown into that moment in time. Pit-pat. My past self's hair stood on end. That's impossible. Now that's just breaking the rules. I haven't moved. So you shouldn't be moving either. I couldn't move. So you shouldn't be able to move either. Follow the rules. Pit-pat. Instead of being creeped out, I don't know, it's kind of funny to me right now. Yet that sound echoed in the darkness once again. The hair on the back of my neck pricked up on end. It was so close that it was hard to tell whether it was touching the hair or not. Why I couldn't move, like how the presence was moving behind me? I quickly realized I could move. It was just that I was scared and didn't want to. But now was the only time I could turn around. It was something unforgivable in this moment in time. But I needed to turn around immediately. As if my entire being was trying to force me to stop, it began to administer a pain like a needle being struck into every pore. I'll turn around! I'll turn around! I'm not scared at all! I'm actually very scared, but I'll turn around anyway. I'll turn around. I'm not Yes, we are. A scream I was unable to vocalize. Whoa! I turned around! I'm sure Punchy doesn't scream like that. I do, though, so... At first, I couldn't understand the meaning of it. What? What? What is this? The situation in front of my eyes, it was like a mouth biting an apple and slurping the juice. The way you do with an apple. My mind was being eaten. It began to munch down, slurping the juices, because it's like an apple. Okay? Meaning, what was in front of me was... a giant mouth! Ah, no! Don't eat me, mouth! Oh. We won't know. We won't know what it is. Alright. Should we continue? Yeah, let's keep going. Alright. So we had a bit of a creepy thing there, but we can actually see what was happening. Let's just continue. I'll save once it gets time. Oh, right, it's raining. Right. I completely forgot what was happening. I guess I'd be lying if I said I didn't get any sleep. I tried to stay awake all night, but there were definitely gaps in my memory. I guess I kept nodding off and jerking awake in panic all night. I spent all night hugging the metal bat and sat on top of the futon I used to barricade my door. Waiting, watching just in case someone tried to break in through my window. I left the spot. If I left the spot, someone would break through the door, setting the futon flying and attack me. But if I stopped watching the window, someone would break through the glass and attack me. I tried telling myself I was just being paranoid, but I couldn't. Okay, I skipped ahead there. But I couldn't sleep. The thought of being so vulnerable scared the living daylights out of me. If sleep meant taking that risk, I didn't need it. It was so much better just to stay awake. At some point during the endless cycle of nodding off and jolting awake, light being the shine outside. But that was it. It wasn't so much the morning as it was just the sun simply having arisen. I stuck a peek out through the curtains. Rena was gone. I couldn't see her anywhere no matter how hard I looked. Finally, I could breathe a deep sigh of relief. The night was finally over. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tired, but I didn't feel like sleeping at the moment. I still had time. but I need to make my own breakfast, so I'd better get started soon. Skipping school was also an option. With my mom gone, it'd be easy to play hooky. Honestly, I debated it. The risk involved leaving my house was incalculable. The risk involved in leaving my house was incalculable, so staying holed up in here was probably my safest option. But staying here wouldn't solve anything. Oishi-san wouldn't help me without cold, hard evidence. Neither he, nor my parents. So, unless I found some sort of proof, these relentless nights would never end. I stretched my body, tilted my head back, and closed my eyes, just like I did every morning. I regulated my breathing, and regained my senses. Calm down, Punchy Mayabara. Let's go to school. Let's wait until they set the trap for me. But that didn't mean I was just going to twiddle my thumbs. I needed to avoid that trap and secure irrefutable evidence. Take note of the plates of any car that drives by. If I see someone suspicious, check their clothes and face. I wasn't just protecting myself, I was preparing myself to turn their attack against them and retaliate. The tension was similar to when two samurai were both aiming to slay each other with a single motion as they drew their katanas. I was not at a disadvantage. I would not have a chance to retaliate. I would have a chance to retaliate, actually. I finally felt a bit of courage growing in my chest. Alright, let's go to school. I tightened my grip on Satoshi's bat. He was the only partner I could count on. Satoshi, please lend me your strength. Because, you seem to have been the same as me, so let's just say I have ×2 strength. And trust your dying regrets to me, since you were probably murdered. Let's be real. I'll make sure I dispel them. With renewed resolve, I checked the clock. It was still early. Of course I was going to school by myself today. If I didn't want to run to Rena or Mion, I need to leave now. Unless they're already waiting for me, which, honestly, seems extremely plausible. Considering how long Rena was outside my window all night. The shattered fragments of cupboard were still strewn all over the entryway. Right. I went to clean it up last night, but never got around to it with the phone call and everything. If my parents came back and saw this while I was at school, I would never hear the end of it. Still, I'd be wasting time if I cleaned it up right now, and considering what would happen if I ran into Rena or Mion. It wouldn't be too late to clean it up right after I got back home. Making extra certain that the doors were locked, I left the house. And hey Rena! No. My uniform was still covered in mud from yesterday, so left it in the washer. Today I was going to go to school in a tracksuit. By wearing a different outfit this morning, my mind was forced to accept that today was different from yesterday. Interesting. I had a hunch. Today might be the day... Oof, I get killed. Keep your guard up, Punchy Maribara. The only one who gets to decide if today is my last is me. Good man. Good man. Alright, we're heading to school. Alright, nothing over here. Keeping my guard up. Oh, we're at school now. Practicing my swing. I spent the morning practicing my swing like it was my natural routine. After a while, Ren arrived at school. Our eyes met, but we said nothing. Ren said nothing about last night, as if it never happened. But I could see that those events were real by the wounds carved into her fingers. I just heard telling Satoko and the others that the bandages were from hurting himself in the kitchen. Though, it wasn't like it bothered me. The details that Oishi-san shared about Rena's incident before her transfer played vividly in my mind. Now that I knew about it, I couldn't even dream of Rena as cute, ideal girl. As a cute, ideal girl. Punchy-chan, you're still aiming for the nationals. It was Mion. I had already sensed her approach, so I wasn't that surprised. Oh, Mion, if you understand, then leave me alone. I'm busy practicing. I gave her a curt reply without my usual jokes. Then I gave a bad and evil archer swing, tactically keeping Mion from getting any closer. Hey, Punchy, take it easy. I think Mion will get the message, but she still urged me to give it a rest. Homeroom is not that far off, is it? Just let me finish practicing. I swung the bat even harder, as a sign of my refusal. Punchy-chan, when did you get into baseball? Oops, wrong button. Just recently. Recently? You mean yesterday? Don't ask if you already know. Oh dear. That's a very unsportsmanlike reply. You're distracting me. Go away. I ignored me and kept swinging. I could see like the evilness in her eyes already. Normally she'd get mad or bored and leave if someone gave her the cold shoulder like this, but Mion just stood there, waiting patiently for me to stop swinging. I didn't sense any hostility, but we were at school, in plain view. I thought she'd suddenly attack me here. Or was that too naive? Still, I was starting to get tired. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to take a break and hear her out. You need me for something, right? What is it? Sweat poured from me as I stopped swinging. I noticed my shoulders were heaving as I breathed. I cursed my lack of exercise. At this rate, I might not be able to move as needed when the time came. I should probably keep on practicing my swings to build stamina in addition to the excuse for carrying the bat around with me. Well, it's nothing important. If you're tired, I can ask again later. That was fine. I'm only dealing with you right now because I judged the situation to be safe. Talking to you alone and away from the others? That's out of the question. Well, Mion was uncharacteristically trying to choose her words. But unlike Ushi-san, it didn't look like she was going to talk about something I'd rather not hear. Mion was puzzled, trying to find the right thing to say. But then she gave a hearty laugh to break herself out of that mind. Ha 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 ha. This old man's just no good at this stuff. Ha ha. Having a poor vocabulary hurts. What's this all of a sudden? If you have something to say, just say it. Here we go. There he is. There it is. Stop it. Stop that swinging. She cut straight to the point. Her request was so frank, I didn't understand it for a moment. I had already stopped swinging to listen to her, hadn't I? I just stopped, didn't I? That's not what I meant. I want today to be the last day you swing that bat. I'm sorry. It took me some time to understand what she was asking for. What's wrong with swinging a bat? Why? It's none of your business, is it? I'm not bothering anyone, am I? You are. Mion said it flat out. Didn't make any sense. That was really irritating. When did I bother anybody? Mion was at a loss for words, but she finally made up her mind and spoke. Though she stuttered as she said it. But because, Punchy-chan, that's someone else's bat. You shouldn't borrow without permission. It was left behind by a student who transferred, right? I'm just borrowing until he comes back for it. Ho-ho! Huh? Ah, yeah, he transferred. Mion grew uncharacteristically flustered. That made it all too clear that his transfer was a lie. But strange, isn't it? For the older brother to transfer by himself? While his little sister stayed behind? Mion couldn't hide her reaction as my words shook her up. Wait, what? Did I miss something? Who's Satoshi's older brother? Punchan, you knew? Satoshi Hoju. Satoko's— oh shit! I did not make that connection. Holy shit! Satoko's older brother, right? The one demoned away last year. Unable to respond like that, Mion fell silent. Rena asked the same thing. Why did you start swinging that bat? She told me Satoshi did the same thing, practicing his swings, right before he went missing. So, is this some kind of omen for Osama's curse? Shh! Mion panicked and looked around. Please, Punchy-chan, don't mention Osama so recklessly. I don't believe in him, but the others very much do. Rena especially. Dangerously so? Anyway, you're scaring everyone. If you're just fooling around, then stop it. You have to stop acting like Satoshi. I was the one who was scared. Who do I have to thank for taking up this bat in the first place? But it's still unsettled me knowing that my actions were overlapping with Satoshi's. It would be one thing if someone suggested it, but I thought I was making my own decisions. I'll say this now. I don't know anything about Satoshi. After all, you didn't tell me anything about him. Well, we didn't mean to hide it. You were hiding the incidents that happen every year, weren't you? That's because we didn't want to, You didn't want to scare me? That's your reason for leaving me out? No, we didn't mean to. Mion, I asked you directly if something happened at the dam, didn't I? And you told me nothing happened. When someone was dismembered and murdered, you lied to me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you. Friends don't hide things from each other, right? Isn't that right? Then you all aren't my friends. Punchy-chan, Mion looked helplessly and flustered. Was I imagining the tears in her eyes? I never could have imagined Mion acting like this. Oh, by the way, those get well mochi you brought the other day, they were good. I thought I was going to bleed. Who did it? You? Or Rena? Me. She admitted it so easily. I couldn't help but be surprised at how easy that was. You could have killed me. How could you do that to a friend? But it was just a little prank. Mion gave a raw smile mixed with confusion, causing even more anger to well up inside of me. You think that was a prank? I grabbed Mion by the collar and lifted her up. That wasn't the same as putting Tabasco sauce in a piece of mochi. It was a needle. Fucking sewing needle. If I had swallowed that and it lodged in my throat, what did you think would happen? Mion's face froze as her body rattled in fear. This wasn't the Mion Sonozaki I knew anymore. Anyways, you're not my friend. There's no reason for me to listen to someone who's not my friend. So just leave me alone for a while. Got it? Mion wasn't replying anymore. It won't be that easy to erase me, you know. The cost has been onto you from the start. So don't think you can make me disappear like you did Satoshi. I said it clearly. This was my declaration of war. I think you guys are suspects in the previous incident too. I also know you spent a lot of time with the cops ever since the anti-dam movement. Don't think you can hide it from me. Got that? How did you know? Mion said it with a dumbstruck look on her face. That was when I heard the principal ringing the bell for school. It's time for morning homeroom. Let's go. The class representative needs to be there, right? At that moment, for the first time, I realized Mion was sobbing as tears ran down her cheeks. You're so mean, Punchy-chan. I wanted to console her, but I shut my mouth. I had no need to feel guilty. I'm going. Don't be late for homeroom. I left Mion, still shaking, as I turned around to head for the entrance. I had no idea how troubling it was to make a girl cry. Behind my back, I could hear her muttering. It was a faint mutter as she was speaking to herself. Oh, So that's how it is. Huh? She wasn't saying it to anyone. It was Mion talking to herself. But it was a sobbing voice that had a kind of giddy cursing tone. I inadvertently stopped and turned back towards her. Oh, is she demoning up? Yes, she is! So, it was that bastard. He leaked it all to Punchy-chan. She balled up her face as her tears continued to rain down. She glared at the spot at the ground with a terrifying yet smiling face, cursing. A chill ran down my spine from that demonic expression. This transformation, Mion's transformation, was different from Rena's. I should have killed him back then. He forgot the mercy I showed him just because he was going to retire this year. Retiring this year? Was she talking about Oishi-san? Damn it. Damn it. I'm going to kill that damned old man. Urgh. I felt like the air itself had begun distorting. With Mion at the center, the world had begun to twist and spiral. Bending, whirling. This was the first time I had experienced such a visage. Whew. Okay, well, that's enough for today, guys. I'm sorry, I really do want to keep going, but over by me, it's nearly 11 o'clock, and I got work tomorrow at actually half an hour later than I usually do, but still in the morning, so you know. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and man, when Mion started crying, I honestly, I think I turned to Punchy there for a second, or old Punchy before this. I was starting to feel bad. I was like, maybe I went too far, but then, you know, seeing her demoned out reaction, I was like, nope, no, that was it. That was great, Punchy. You did, but you would have done, you did better than I would have. Let's say. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I hope you guys are doing well, and as I always do. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. If you guys are planning on celebrating July 4th, please be careful. I mean, I'm gonna head up to a friend's. That's why I unfortunately can't record. I would love to. Also, I'm working tomorrow, even though tomorrow's supposed to be a day off. But I'm getting time and a half pay. Although I wish I wasn't, because I'm traveling. I only found out later. But that's something else. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you have a good one. Have a happy July 4th. Bye-bye. Ow.